Okay, let's look at page 281, number 67, and we're told in the directions that we are looking for the angle in both degrees and radians in the first quadrant. So the radians will be between 0 and pi over 2, and degrees will be between 0 and 90. So I'm using my unit circle for this. I'm in first quadrant, and I'm told that sine is 1/2. Well, sine is 1/2 when the angle is 30. That's this one right here. When the angle is 30 or pi over 6. So for A, my answer will be 30 degrees, which is the same as pi over 6. Okay, so cosecant, let's think about what this means. So cosecant, remember, is the reciprocal of sine. So sine to the -1 is cosecant. Okay, so then likewise, if cosecant is 2, sine of theta is going to be 1/2. And look at that. We're right back to where we started. We're right back to the same answer for A, so that's going to be 30 degrees or pi over 6. Because in the first quadrant, and again, we're only in the first quadrant, 30 degrees is the angle where sine equals 1/2. Let's do a couple more. Let's go ahead and do number 70. So 70A, tangent theta is √3, and B is cosine theta is 1/2. All right, so remembering the definition of tangent. So tangent is opposite over adjacent. Okay, I'm in quadrant 1. So the only way to get √3 is to get 3√2 over 1/2. So I need a place where the opposite over the adjacent is 3√2 over 1/2. So remember, my central angle is here, and the opposite needs to be 3√2. Ding, ding, ding. And the adjacent needs to be 1/2. Because remember, if we're doing opposite over adjacent, we're also doing sine over cosine. Same thing, because the hypotenuse value cancels out. So tangent theta, square root of 3, is going to be at the angle 60 degrees. And remember, 60 degrees is pi over 3. So let me say that one more time just to make sure it makes sense. All right, so tangent by definition is opposite over adjacent. So we're looking for a place in quadrant 1 where when we put sine over cosine, it will give us √3. So if I put sine over cosine here, that's going to give me 1 over the √3, or if I rationalize it, √3 over 3. That doesn't help me any. If I put sine over cosine here, that's going to give me 1. So tangent of 45 degrees is 1. That also doesn't help me. If I go over here and I put sine over cosine, I get √3 over 2 over 1/2. And then when I reduce that, I get the √3 that I was looking for. So tangent theta equal to √3 is going to happen at 60 degrees, which is pi thirds. Okay, let's look at this cosine theta. So this is a much easier one. So now I'm looking for where on this first quadrant of my unit circle the value is 1/2. And it's important that it is an x value of 1/2, because remember, the x values are cosine and the y values are sine. So the x value for 1/2 happens at the angle 60 degrees. So this would be 60 degrees which is pi over 3.